Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deb's Way, and I am, of course, Deb. And I've been busy today, along with William, getting the house ready, getting ourselves ready for what seems to be a major hurricane headed our way. Hurricane Dorian is kind of building up steam and heading our way. We just don't know. There are several scenarios as to where exactly Dorian's going to come ashore, but it seems likely that it is going to move throughout the whole state of Florida. And being in the central part of the state, we should see some of it. So we're getting ready for the worst of it. We have gotten water supplied up for a good week, if not more. Food as well. In case we do lose power, which they're saying that we more than likely will lose power on this one. We don't have a generator, but we do have a little grill, and we've got some charcoal briquettes to be able to cook on that if we should happen to lose power. And over the weekend, I'm going to be making up some hot dishes and other foods that we can quickly do on the grill in case we need to, okay? Since we're going to be losing power, supposedly, we will have a cooler and have containers of frozen water, like in jugs of what milk used to come in, or what milk came in, that we've emptied out. We're going to fill that with water and freeze it, so that will keep the coolers cool. And we will have bags of ice to use, so that will help to keep the cooler cool as well. We're already trying to empty out the refrigerator and the freezer, so we won't lose a lot of food. And building up our supplies on other goods such as candles, charging up our flashlights, getting all of our other battery run, like lanterns, big flashlights, bar lights, all of that accumulated into one area so that in case we do need to grab it easily, it's all in one place. Besides having a stockpile in the pantry of canned goods, a lot of the stuff that we have is already in the garage, like the cooler has been cleaned up and is in the garage, ready to go, ready to set up. The grill is out there as well, ready to set up when we need it. And a lot of the other stuff is here on the dining room table, ready to grab in case we need to. Also, we today went out and we had some leftover bags of mulch from doing some springtime, early summer yard work. And we moved those bags of mulch over to one area of the pool deck that kind of, well, it tends to flood if there's a real heavy rain. Being on the end of a hill slope, dirty water will run into the pool. We have barricaded up against the pool deck on that one side where it seems to come down really hard and heavy. Hopefully that will help a lot with that problem. We haven't had that issue for a couple of years now, but this will help alleviate that problem for this storm, which seems to be the worst one to hit us for a while. So we did that today, and then I went out on the pool deck and I moved a lot of my plants that were in smaller pots over to in front of the door up against the house more to kind of protect it from the strong winds. And move the chairs and the table up towards the house some more too, so they won't be likely to hopefully fly off into the pool if the winds are that strong. Hopefully everything I've done out on the pool deck will solve the problem and I won't have to do anything more out there. We still need to do a little bit of tweaking to some windows here in the front especially to prevent water from coming in. We had an issue with that one storm ago. If it's really, when you have a hurricane, rainwater goes in every direction. So yes, there are some windows that might leak in the house. That's it. The front window here is the one that is prone to leak. So we will be barricading that up a little bit and hopefully we'll prevent that happening this time around. We haven't had that issue in a couple of years now, probably not since Irma. And that was 2 years ago, I believe. But anyway, we're going to take care of that over the weekend. That issue and removing or taking down my bird feeder and also the bird bath, putting that down on the ground, maybe even just moving it into the deck here to protect it. Outside of that, we've done just about everything that we can do to prepare. We're just going to be sitting back and waiting for the storm to hit, and it's supposed to be hitting at least by Monday early morning. Now, when Irma hit, I can tell you, we worked up until the last minute, like the night before, that it was supposed to hit. It was supposed to hit like mid-morning, and we were working up until like 9, 10 o'clock that night before, getting ready, getting the house situated, getting the pool deck furniture taken care of. And we were so wiped out that we decided to just lay down and rest for a while. We went to bed. We slept through the storm. We slept entirely through Irma hitting our area. I heard winds, strong winds at one point. I woke up to that sound, but I went right back to sleep and I heard nothing more until daylight. And I woke up and I thought, oh my God, we missed the storm. Or it didn't storm, one or the other. And got up and looked out and, oh yeah, we had some damage. So we slept right through it, though. I just can't believe it. Anyway, I don't think we're going to be so lucky this time around from what they've said. And they are coming on TV and the radio and everything like that and saying that, yes, prepare for the worst, and which we always do anyway. You prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. And that's all you can do. But this storm is a big one, and it's going to hit the whole state of Florida and also up into Georgia. So it is going to have quite an impact. But I think we're okay where we are. We do not have orders to evacuate. If we did, we'd be out of here. Your home is precious to you and everything like that, but more precious is your own life. And yeah, we'd be out of here with Ginger, of course. Yeah. And heading on the road somewhere. In our area, there is a water shortage now, as far as bottled water goes. Gas stations are closed because they've run out of gas. And stores, the supplies on the shelves are diminishing quickly because people are stocking up. It's getting to be... And as far as building supplies in order to board up the windows like businesses do and some homes do, there are no more, I don't even know, sheet panels or what, sheetrock or whatever. No, they don't use sheetrock. What do they use? Plyboard. There are no more panels of plyboard left in like Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. Everything is run real low or out in the stores. So if you haven't got it now, you're going to be really scrambling to get it. Thank goodness we have it, and hopefully we have enough. But let me show you what we do have, okay, and what we have done so far. Well, I have accumulated all of the big candles like this that we have in the house, put them all into one place, and we will be using those if we lose power, most definitely. Some of these candles in here are really old, so they need to be used up anyway, so I think I've got a good supply of candles. And at Christmas time especially, I do burn a lot of votive lights, and I think I have, well, quite a supply here. There's 3 packages, and there's like 15 of those. I've got several. I've got a couple hundred votive light, or I've got a couple hundred tea lights right here that I can use if we need to. I only have a couple of votive lights. Matter of fact, I think I found, a box of votive lights that we can use, and one extra one in a package. That shows me I need to buy up more on votive lights next. Those burn the longest and give out the most light, of course. And I have a couple of other miscellaneous candles here that I can burn up. A couple more votive lights in a holder that I'll burn if necessary. And this little arrangement gives off a lot of light. And these are just candle holders that I have found that I can use for those taller candles. And this is a tea light burner or a votive light burner. I'll be using that. And of course, I have my lighters on hand. And I have some candle or votive light holders here that I'll put in different places of the house. And then we have a variety of flashlights. This is just one of them, big one here. And a lantern. These are battery run, but we do have batteries on hand as well. So we'll be using those when needed, as well as the other flashlights that we have, which are powered by electricity. We'll use those as much as we can too. And this is a power bar that my husband got a long time ago, and we've got that all charged up. It lights up a whole room very well. So we'll use that when we need to. My husband just happened to have a battery-run TV, and it works very well. No, you don't get signal, cable or anything like that on it, but you get a few channels, and at least we'll get the news on it. But it is battery-run. And then this is something he's had for quite a while. We've never had to use it, but it's a crank radio. So we have that to use as well. Doesn't take batteries, you crank it to get the power. So we'll see how that works, if necessary. And then, let me take you on a little walkie. Now, some of you will remember what my deck looked like before, but I've cleared it out, moved some plants around. The heavier pots I think are pretty safe, but I've had to move some of my smaller plants up here against the house, and the table and chairs up against the house in the corner there. Hopefully they'll be protected enough. I may be moving them more, towards the house as much as possible. On both sides I've done that, moved my plants over here to the far corner, put them on chairs. Hopefully they'll be protected enough. Everything's backed up against the house as much as possible. And everything that was, like there was a corner plant there, well, it's now there. And then the stand is over in the opposite corner. And plants that were there have been moved underneath other chairs and that. I had to do that because, just don't want them toppled over, and definitely don't want them to end up in the pool. Some of these others I think will be pretty safe. They're pretty heavy out there in the pots, but I guess we'll see how that holds out. And then this is what we did today, which was in the heat of the day. We moved sandbags up along the pool deck stones here to help protect it from any waters coming in. And hopefully that will hold off. We have French drains in the yard, so that should help things a lot too. But this is a precaution as well. And then by Sunday, I will have moved that bird feeder, maybe even that bird house up in the tree, and the bird bath definitely from there, and put that in a safer area. The bench, I might just topple over on its side, but we'll see how that goes. And hopefully you can see those areas through the screen. I can't open the door because we've blocked it with sandbags. So that's the way it is here at our homestead. We're preparing for a really bad storm with very strong winds, damaging winds, and hopefully we won't see a lot of damage. But there's always the potential. Ginger's inside barking back at me, wondering what the heck I'm doing out here. So I'm going to go back inside and hopefully just sit and relax for a little while. I'm kind of tired from all the work we did around here today in the heat. So I'm calling it a day. That's all I'm handling for the rest of the day here. Hope you all are having a great day there, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay cool, and I'll be chatting with you soon. Bye for now.